Traders have spoken of being forced back into quarantine by the authorities, some being evicted from their homes or hotels, and others not being allowed to get supplies or food to eat. We've been contacted by Nigerians, Kenyans, and Sierra Leoneans. Well, today, African diplomats in China held a meeting to address these concerns. Sierra Leone's ambassador to China later issued a statement. Well, before we came on air, I asked his deputy, Safawiya Roberts, what he could tell us.
As from last week, all of a sudden, we heard that, they were inviting our nationals, the blacks, in order to be tested for this COVID-19. Initially, some of our compatriots or our nationals actually did not want to go for the test. But we had to talk to them that as we reside in the People's Republic of China, we have to go according to the measures in terms of containing this pandemic. So, as Sierra are law-abiding people, they were willing to, in order to be tested. And according to what we've got the report, as most of them have been the results have been very, very negative. However, again, the day before yesterday, we heard that they have invited them to be quarantined for mandatory 14 days. So, this is kind of very, very, bad. But again, as people that are very law-abiding, we have talked to them to be, to at least accept terms and conditions or the measures implemented by the Chinese government.
It's just that we've been hearing reports, and yesterday on Focus on Africa, we heard from a Nigerian student who said his situation is not unique. He said a number of African students, whether they're Nigerian, Kenyan, Sierra Leonean or others, and not just students, were being pulled out of the accommodation they'd been renting. They'd been forcibly evicted. Even when they've tested negative for the coronavirus, they've been taken into quarantine, and they've questioned why this is necessary.
That is a situation that we are yet to know. We don't actually know what is prevailing down there because we are in Beijing. But according to what we heard, it's a measure taken as a containment policy of the COVID-19.
But if I can ask, sir, that's not the case at all. Those who we've managed to get hold of have said they're being kept in areas where the food they've been given is meagre. Sometimes they've only been given breakfast in the morning and no lunch. They don't have enough water. They're being stretched to their limits, and these are students. What answers are you demanding from the Chinese, please?
Ms. Bola, as I said before, this is yet something that we have to get an explanation from the Chinese government. And as of now, I cannot really tell you what is the reason. That is number one. Number two, we are in constant touch with our students and our nationals. And they have all given us report that for now, they are taking good care of them. As it's about the time for me to get this interview with you, I was just on a call with one of our nationals in Guangdong province. And she told me that they are in good condition of health.
Mr. Ambassador, one can understand that in your position as a diplomat, you obviously have to be very tactful in these situations. And I see the letter the ambassador sent to Sierra Leonean nationals, for instance. Does it make you angry? Does it make you upset that there are Africans being abused who have been evicted, and some of whom are now saying they're struggling to survive, even though the lockdown has been lifted for the majority of Chinese?
I know about the meeting today that the Director General of African Affairs, Minister of Foreign Affairs, and the People's Republic of China had with a selected group of African ambassadors. We, in solidarity, all of us strongly condemn the way and manner in which our nationals were taken into the mandatory quarantine. It was a surprise to all of us. That is something that we, the African diplomats, are questioned very, very seriously. And if, there is not a convincing reason why they are taken into mandatory quarantine, then we stand in solidarity to oppose what they are doing to our nationals.
And he is Sierra Leone's Deputy Ambassador to China, Safa Wuya Roberts. The time is 15:17.